What's up, boys? Today I'm going to be creating an absolutely massive turret army. We're going the maintenance worker, of course. I'm looking to focus either the seismic repulsors from the gunner or the shock fence from the engineer, and they can both have pretty good crowd control. The seismic repulsor has knockback by default, and then both of them can get the cryo effect added as they deal damage. And then you can add potency to the shock fence. I don't think you can to the seismic repulsor. The slowing nearby enemies doesn't seem to add that, but it's fine. Has a ton of CC anyways once you get a bunch of them out. Then we're just looking to stack a ton of reload speed and lifetime to get as many out as possible. If I get the shock fence, I'll likely want to convert the gun platforms to electrical as well to go with that. But if not, then I'll probably want to avoid that. And with the maintenance worker, we can of course mine stuff out with the gun platform. Nope. Crack scent. I could grab that to give me another chance at getting the mining overclock, and it will make it a bit easier to hit something that I want for the later rolls. So it'll be a lot more gold efficient to take that now, and it'll be a lot easier to get the mining going as well. Nah. Coupons are pretty nice for buying a lot of stuff. Big crit damage. I'll take the reload potency.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. I got a swarm incoming.
The shock fence also has the overclock that collects nearby resources and XP to it, which is extremely useful for any sort of mining build, since it's pretty difficult to get enough pickup radius to pick up everything that's dropping behind you with how long the turrets last sometimes. More lifetime. Also, the other really nice thing about taking the Crack Sentinels second is that they're pretty good for doing a lot of damage to the shellbacks, which can be a huge pain on the first floor. The Seismic Repulsor especially has a lot of trouble hitting them because it's a pretty short range and you don't have many of them out. We will want some decent pickup radius. Of course, they don't buy you any room, they just do a lot of damage, so it's still pretty hard to mine once that shellback is out. Big reload. Let's grab a bit of HP here. Might have to take some hits to get all of the resources, reload. Good detonator hits on him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some hits here. Some early XP. Shock fence, we can do that. Crit chance. So I'm going to try and focus the shock fence really hard and have the other two just mine stuff for me mainly. Potency. lifetime. Big crit chance. Or I could get more lifetime.
I'll take this one. This is perfect for my build.
Big movement speed.
Upgrade. That's a no-brainer.
The drop pod is about to leave. Get your ass moving, miner.
More reloads. Probably gonna die if I go for anything else here.
Diving deeper. Taking you to stage 2.
Big lifetime. Some reload. We will take the +1 beams, I think, for that.
Time, baby.
Paint job. I do have a decent amount of nitro to spend still. Unfortunate. That'll get me an overclock. This will reduce the damage, but it could help out the mining. I guess we're trying it since they're both trash.
This is a simple mining mission. Get it done, miner.
That will probably keep me at 4 different damage types, so I won't have those in the pool, which might actually help me find lasting duration and reload speed, since there will be less overall upgrades available, and I already have those.
The swarm is heading your way. Load up. Supply pod prepped. Clear out the landing zone and triangulate your position until you can land.
Or reload. Reload.
Get ready.
Think I want to look for some scanners like a nice nitra or some extra weapon levels. Could go this stubby to shoot my other turrets. That would give me electrical and projectile. I don't think I want to do that. If I go that, I'll get fire. If I go that, I'll get electrical. But honestly, I think that's fine. And I could get the one that shoots electrical beams to my constructs, which would actually be pretty cool with a ton of the shock fences out. More reload. Lifetime. reload. We still need the mining on both of these starter turrets, but they do have great overclocks to go with that if either of them can get it. So I think I'm going to take the level here. Both the plasma and the double beam should make them a lot more effective at that. We need max reload speed for the shock fence, and it's going to go way past 18, so paint job shouldn't really matter too much. Fire rates. Lifetime. Let's take probably that one since it's pretty close. And that one's the one I'm most hopeful for with the plasma mining. Big crit chance, we will take that one. Shock fence level.
If you make it back.
Lifetime, reload, some XP or mining speed. I don't have a lot of gold after that. I'll grab a bit of mining to help out early on.
Let's shake it up.
Paint job
Now
for
it's my
that.
favorite color.
Don't think so. Honestly, I might stack a bunch of potency and try some status damage here. Sounds kind of cool if I can get the slowing effect on the shock fence. We can grab both of these for the levels. Fortunately, no shock fence, but that seems to happen a lot.
Get it done, miner. Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
Oh, you bug hot.
We got too much clutter for the supply pod to land. Do something.
Yeah, the two electrical constructs could be pretty cool together, electrifying everything else when we have a ton of them out. Let's see what we got here. Very nice. Plasma mining is a pretty rare combo because the gun platform has a lot of stable overclocks available to it. But that allows you to bounce the shots around and mine out even faster. Let's try and find some more scanners, I think. Nitra. So we'll have a ton of that for this run. That'll make it a lot easier to get level 18 on the gun platforms for the massive fire rate increase to mine out even faster with them. And also I won't feel as bad sinking a bunch of levels into the Thunderbird, which is normally kind of a bad weapon, but it does have some cool overclocks.
Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly.
Big reload.
I'm gonna do something epic with this. You shouldn't regret it. You get it.
We still need a lot of levels on the main weapon for the run, though.
Let's get them in.
Well done. You got them all.
There we go, some potency for it. See if I can find some red sugar because the roly-polies are kind of a pain right now. We need the shock fence, and may as well take a small amount of extra turrets when you multiply those two stats out. Another shock fence. Gun platform, sure. Big movement, sure. Definitely use some of that right now. Shock fence, paint job is kind of going to be useless later on. Let's just take the electrical crit, I think.
They're getting worse, Miner. You need to move.
We have some drones, but we also kind of do want the 18 on that for the huge fire rates.
Careful, they're going blood crazed.
It is probably my top damage right now, and it's a lot higher rarity.
Objective completed, Miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit.
This one makes me want to be a better dwarf.
Let's not mess around too much since I'm pretty low here. That will get me the 18. Might want to go some more XP. We'll probably find something in the shop.
Stage 3 completed. Remember to mine for minerals as you progress deeper.
Shock fence, potency for that, some reload. That does give potency to them as well. Sure.
Nothing for me
Ooh,
here.
+1 drones into an overclock, and even more drones since we're using them to zap our other constructs.
I'm a new dwarf.
That gives me massive fire rate to mine out faster, some reload.
Gonna roll the dice on this one.
Lifetime luck, I can only get one, so we'll take the luck for better upgrades throughout the run, I think. And I'm kind of out of money, so I'll grab that to mine a bit more. Which will probably pay itself back anyway, since I have the 2 nitro scanners.
Gold to be mined.
And now we could really use the resource collection on the shock fence for a lot more pickup radius. Because the rocks are just getting shredded now with the massive fire rate plus the bouncing plasma. Reload. Oh, we have a shock fence. Gotta take that.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
I'm gonna turn numbers off. I think it's getting really hard to see exactly where enemies are when they're close to me, because there's just so much stuff popping up above them.
Scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree.
More shotguns. More Thunderbird. I can't really see over here. More shock vents. Bit of movement speed. And then I'm going to try not to squish them so that we can farm a bit more XP. Pretzel's not bad, but there's a lot better that I can do here. Nitrogenic is really good. I think I probably will take that since I have the 2 early scanners. I think this is way too good to pass up, even though I'd prefer to have like a gold scanner or something. So we're already up to 119% crit chance. More reload.
I'm gonna go with this.
Gotta move on, Miner. Drop pod will head out momentarily. Stage 4 completed. Next stage is the dreadnought. Prepare accordingly.
Big reload. I don't think I need it, but I could do it. I will take the potency for that since we're going pretty electrical construct focused and that.
To try this out.
I think I'm gonna pass on that. That's probably my 4th weapon for the build. Although it does have status damage. We'll pass.
More options.
Lifetime, Thunderbird.
Let's shake it up.
It'll probably pay itself off.
What else?
Thunderbird, fire rate for that.
Dippity dips.
Nah. We're gonna ignore the fire sentinels mostly, I think.
House the dreadnought. Destroy its cocoons. Kill them all, Miner.
Honestly, I'm down for this to increase my survivability. Still have about 6 stages worth of sugar left, so that'll give me quite a bit of HP still. Pretty big status damage, sure. really strong for this point in the game, but the shock fence levels are really taking their time to get here. I did pass up some paint jobs, but I think that's usually the correct play if you're going to be hyper-focusing a weapon anyways. It does give me an overclock. Slow nearby enemies or pick up XP. These are both extremely good. I'm kind of light on pickup radius, so this might actually end up getting me a lot more nitro. But I think those are probably the best 2 overclocks for it. The balance levels. Gold tipped. Let's see what else we got. Potency and status effect damage. Should be some decent damage. I guess we'll take that. Well, I was trying to lean into the status-based stuff, but having the huge crit chance with the 2 nitro scanners will bring me back more to the weapon hit damage side. We'll take the Thunderbird level. I think I actually mined out everything already. The huge attack speed and reload rate on the plasma turret's pretty nuts for that. Big XP, sure. I think I got all the nitro laying around as well now, so we're at 195% crit chance, and we could go even more. He actually increases the damage that he takes by using that ability, because the plasma will bounce around in between the spikes. Big crit chance.
Wiped out. Good work, team. Objective completed. All tasks complete. Stage finished. The top part is prepped and ready. Get on it before it leaves.
Man, I probably should have just gotten another projectile weapon and gone all in on the plasma turrets.
Get yourself onto that drop pod. It's about to head out. You've proven that one dwarf can do the work of 4 if we just give you enough guns. Management is pleased.
Lifetime, Thunderbird. We may as well have them seek out enemies, I think. Reload speed isn't too important for them. Oh, I should save some gold actually, especially if I had that available. Oops.
Show me more.
Yeah, pretty light on gold compared to Nitro. Whoopsie. Could get that, but no more rerolls. I do have the crit scaling, so I guess it's fine.
You know the drill, miner. Fulfill your objectives. Let's get out of here.
More Thunderbird.
Swarm's heading your way. Load up. Fly pod LT is full. Clear it out.
I don't think any of these are super important. I could use a bit of mining speed to help me make an initial tunnel so that the plasma shots can then bounce around between the two sides.
Well done.
Another nitro scanner? Decent fire rates.
Swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
Alright, at this point with 3 nitro scanners and the crits, I might just try and hold it all and go for pickled nitro on the final floor. Should be able to get a pretty insane amount of total nitro.
Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly. Objective completed. Excellent job.
More electrical crits.
Drop pod has arrived. Get there before the timer runs out. The drop pod is not going to hang around.
Hopefully the shock fences are collecting most of the stuff for me now,
The drop pod is
since
about
the
to
pickup
leave.
radius is still pretty low.
Moving, miner.
Up to 291% crit chance.
I will see to it there is a beer on the house when you make it back. If you make it back.
We'll take a few levels on that, I think.
Take this one.
Pickup radius,
What
luck,
else?
shock fence
Help me work
level.
harder.
Maybe some more movement speed so that I can run around and avoid stuff.
Surely next time will be better.
Lifetime,
I rarely pick one of these. I'm raring to try this out.
and then we'll hold a ton for crits.
Load up and get going, miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Mission control, you styling bugger. This one's for you. That felt better.
Swarm's heading your way. Load up.
Let's show them some power. Let's clear them out.
Prepare to fight for your life. The swarm is approaching.
Reload speed is just not a good stat on drones. It's already 1.56 with like over 20 times that as the lifetime. I just don't think a legendary there even does anything.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
red sugar. I think I'm set on crit stats already. So it might be a small damage increase currently, but it will eventually reduce my damage. And also I have some decent status stuff, so that will eventually be bad for me. I'll get some more HP. Paint job. Sure.
Objective completed.
Shock fence.
All tasks complete. Stage finished. The drop pod is prepped and ready. Get on it before it leaves.
Let's grab some more pickup so I don't leave so much nitro behind.
Get yourself onto that drop pod. It's about to head out.
We're up to 425% crit chance.
I will see to it there is a beer on the house when you make it back. If you make it back.
+1 beams, but I've already left that one behind.
Rare. Feels right.
I didn't get the one that links to all of your constructs. Guess we'll just have to take that one.
This is gonna change everything.
We'll do a few rerolls for some important stats like
I can't
lifetime.
get enough of this rare stuff. Next.
Don't really care.
Gotta roll the dice
Luck.
on this one. It's a
Chalk
little extra
fence.
special. What else?
Chalk fence. That's the one that I wanted on both of them. Electrical beams to all nearby constructs.
Overclock
So we
time,
did at
baby.
least get one copy of that.
Nothing for me here. Let's try
I
again.
don't need those anymore.
Your mission is clear. Get to it.
I made the right choice. This is coming through. Sorry. You're on the call with me.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching. Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly.
More shock vents or status. That'll help 3 different weapons.
The surface is too packed for the supply pod to land. Please clear it. One plate of food is on the way, miner. Swarm detected.
Gold
Get ready.
tips.
We'll be with you shortly.
I don't know, I guess we'll grab it. Save the rest of their rerolls so that I can look for pickled nitro on the final floor. I still haven't managed to pull it off correctly where you escape on the drop pod with pickled nitro, since you very rarely get chances to practice it. You have to have well over 200 nitra and get it on the final floor to have a chance at testing it out.
Objective completed, miner.
That would give me an overclock for it, sure.
Waste my money on cosmetics.
Didn't even get the mining for it anyways.
Boom, baby.
Objective completed. Time's ticking, miner. Move it. That elite never stood a
To
chance.
528% crit
Here in the
chance.
house when you make it back. If you make it back.
And we can hold everything because I do have the crit and the gold tip bullets.
And quotas to meet. Your objectives.
I'm wondering if fighting monsters and moving dirt is the best way to make a living.
Swings heading your way. Load up.
Son of a bitch! See you in hell! Suck on this, you frenetic!
Can't drop supplies for you yet. Prep the landing zone for impact.
Fuck that!
Landing zone ready. Impact imminent.
Weapon box. Probably not going to be leveling it, so let's just grab some HP here. More shock vents or crit chance. We can go for absolute max crit on the 2 electrical, I guess.
Big swoon
They
detected.
have an
Bottom of the road.
extra 54 plus whatever stacks they're applying to things with the electrical debuff.
Big swoon detected. Lock up and get ready.
That's all you got, you slippery shit! Feeling much better now. See you later! That's all you got, you slippery shit!
But with all that crit, my damage is getting way too high to keep the elites alive.
Drop pod is prepped and ready. Get on it.
Or shock vents. It'll keep my damage slightly lower.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time. Time's ticking, miner. Move it.
659% crit, plus electrical stuff.
Beer on the house when you make it back. If you make it back.
Lifetime. And then we get as much nitra as possible.
Only one way to rouse the dreadnought. Destroy its cocoons.
I think I have 1 or 2 rerolls left to look for pickled nitra here. Mine out the area around the dreadnought first so that I can avoid this towards the end of the timer. all of the elites are dead, it looks like. So if the projectiles travel too far, they might actually break the dreadnought out here. We have one roll for it. Nope. Rip. We'll just have to settle for absolutely massive crit chance. Looks like everything might be mined out. There might be some nitro on the floor. So 785% crit chance, plus 54% for electrical, and whatever stacks they apply to enemies on top of that. Oops, should have turned numbers on for that.
Good work, team. Objective completed. Drop pod has arrived.
I guess you can see what the plasma turrets are doing to elites.
Going to hang around.
Nope, too many numbers.
Time's ticking, miner. Move it.
Epic upgrade. That's a no-brainer.
Pretty good life with the 2 red sugars. Huge crit chance. Bit of status, which probably didn't end up being very relevant. 15% lifetime. We had way more for the constructs, right? Yeah, 175% for those. So I did want to go super all-in on the shock fence, but we kind of ended up pivoting a bit since I got a ton of nitra scanners, and I wanted to scale up the powder super hard and then go for the pickled nitra later on, so that I could try to survive with that again. If I could get to where I could consistently survive with the pickled nitra, then I could take it towards the middle of the run and still have it work. Instead of passing it up, that would give me a lot more chances to actually pull it. But yeah, obviously the gun platforms are going to be insane there. We still had some pretty good utility with them collecting XP and materials and applying a lot of debuffs. Then we ended up ignoring those since they didn't really have a whole lot for me. They did help in the early game, especially with the floor 1 shellback, which can be a huge pain. Oh yeah, we did have those shooting electrical beams to everything else as well, so that's a lot more debuffing. And then we didn't get the copy on the Thunderbird, so those were a bit weaker as well. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.